Hey everybody, Azile here. Welcome back to another episode of Copper Ore Not Included. In this episode is when I head off to the Waterworld, Watilla, in order to set up not a colony, but a base structure, a self-sufficient base structure. It had already landed in the last episode with my dupes and started to get some of the work done. But this episode is more or less as I finish out the rough design of what I was trying to create and start determining if it's going to work or not and how it's going to fit into everything. So appreciate if you enjoy my videos to hit the like button, comment, subscribe. It means the world to me. And also this weekend I will be working a lot on Oxygen Not Included, and I'm going to be live streaming a lot of the play. So Saturday and Sunday. I do live on the opposite side of the world from most people, so it's odd hours, but if you see me live streaming, feel free to stop in and say hello and check out the progress. With that being said, enjoy the episode. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be a smooth sailing mission. Okay, you need to activate it. Get that going. Care for ores. Yeah, I got some ores I can send. And I'll send the copper. So that'll help out. And I can send lots of gold if I need that type of material to build wiring and so on. So that's done. And you get this going because they're just getting exposed so much from having to build this initial stuff. But we need to get this one finished. Why are you guys taking so much time on doing this one? Okay, there you go. So now you got some power, guys. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they can do it from above, maybe. No, they can't. So unfortunately, I built this a little bit awkwardly. And so we're just going to need, I think it's there. There, we'll try that. I'd really love if I could see some ore. There's coal. There's going to be some coal. I know there is ore, but unfortunately it's like you have to go very deep. Like it'll be in that bottom section. I was hoping I'd find maybe a patch of it. Sometimes you get weird patches of it. When you land, remember, it's very important to build that off vent or you will screw your system up. So actually that's a high priority to get done. Okay, so that should fix what we had going on in here. We are going to have to look at this. Just ridiculous. Yeah, that really screwed me up by doing that way, but that's the way it is. Now it's going to exhaust it properly. So other than the polluted oxygen, but I think we're getting rid of that. So we need to get rid of this as well, just in case. We got to. Unfortunately, we're going to have to crack this to clean this out. So you can mop that one. I think you got the other one. Yes. I should be able to pick all that up quickly. And hopefully we can avoid the radiation sickness now. It was just that initial work was going to expose them non-stop to it. So she's breaking. I got one more that I gotta get rid of. I think that's fine. Okay, we'll get the last one. And now we have to consider what we're going to do. And I think that given the lack of materials, we have to build that beacon shelf. And the best way to do that will be, I think what we want to do is extend this. Right, because when I got wherever it is, we're not protecting from radiation. I could send it this way. Maybe I'll send it this way. I think we need to maybe connect over as well. So we'll just build that out as the next step. And then these things, it can be steel, but it can be gold. So I think we're going to go with a larger one just straight off the bat. It's the best move. We got to make this very tight. So to this, so we'll do that. Now the problem is we will not be able to get down there. We would need 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And then we'll cancel this. We will end up placing this one right there. And we will need to build a platform for it. And we will need to also then dig out a bit of this as well. So, very hackish. It's my style. I'm always very hackish with this stuff. But I think it's going to work. And then we're going to get reclaim some lead by deconstructing these. Got to do these one at a time because when it shifts positions, it forgets the command. It should. Platform. I don't think things fall on a platform. Okay, so that's canceled. I can't remember, but I think things will fall through the platform. Like it doesn't have physicality. So if we're doing that, we better be sure we do that so we don't lose the lead to the massive. What'll happen? It would just drop down, and it'll just like this. See, there's 100 kilograms of steel here, right? It'll just drop down to here. So we need to put something to catch it when it falls. It'll fall dead center, I do believe. You know what? Maybe we'll just extend one more. They should be able to stand here and build down, though, and grab down. So I think we'll just do like that. All right, so that platform's built, so we should be able to deconstruct this and catch the lead. You should be able to reach it. Yeah. Okay, where did it fall? Oh, yeah. See, so it fell through the platform, but because we built these, we've caught it. And then this one drops down, so now we can deconstruct this one. And we will have some lead back, and we can use that lead to hook up wiring to the beacon. We will eventually need to change this and get a battery on here, but for now we're just, again, it's step by step working towards this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem. This is very tight, the way the ocean is. Unfortunately, the only way to breach it out would be to crack this, and I don't know if I really want to do it that way, but I might have to help this level out a bit, but I think it's still going to be pretty high. The best way to level it out is to dig out stuff, so to come down here and dig this out will be the best move. Okay, so we got the beacon up, and we need to get that wire. We'll use lead for some of it. It wasn't a very great deal of lead. We will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's see. Yeah. So we'll do one more. And then we'll do the rest in gold. We'll do it like that. So that will allow us now to simply just take this, and all you have to do is just do like this, and then just cancel it, and it's all hooked up, right? So, and we should be able to make this work. So I think that what we'll do, we'll just take and build a gold battery, and we're just gonna stick it like right there, and then we're gonna take and build one line over for it. And I think that's going to work and still allow this battery to function. This will not backfeed, and this battery will, even though it's on the wrong side, it will store up power. I believe that this will work okay. However, if you were to do it like this and then place a heavier demand, the battery will spit out whatever you're willing to take. So you kind of have to be careful about that. Whereas normally, if you're running it through this, and you ask for more than 2,000, it won't supply more than 2,000 out of this. So you'll get stuff going out, like powering out, rather than having brownouts and stuff. That's my understanding of it. This should work. This should work to keep this up and running. We don't need to do any automation for any of this. He's going to finish that one. Okay, so they're kind of done what they need to do right now, other than this little land bridge. So I think we're going to build the land under here. We're just going to go the whole distance for now. We're going to just do that and dig out this as well along the way. Just say like that. Now on the other planet, we need to start sending, and we're going to send all the copper ore. Oops. We'll send all the copper ore. It's just we need it over here as a raw material. And we're going to send, yeah, we're just going to do that first. We'll get the copper ore going with this, but we also have to change the destination to Waterworld. So now it will fire copper to Attila, and then just to double check, yes, there's no water hooked up anywhere. And I do have one rocket in motion to go mining. I just want to check this one, see if it's got food yet. Almost. You know, 11 kilograms, that's enough. So now maybe we'll let it fill up. We'll let that fill up before we send it. So we need to see what's going on here. Something going on. Copper ore. Did I select copper? Oh my god. It's so stupid. Alright, so we're activated this for copper ore. They're going to load it up. I've got priority because I need to get those shipments started. So here we go. We're going to start sending it through. There's only 200 kilograms at a time, but luckily this thing rapid fires. It really fires fast with the way I've got the amount of radiation going into it. So it'll start flooding in pretty quickly. Okay, so this is already getting overheated, and there's not a lot we can do about that. We do have to disable auto repair. I knew that was going to happen. I was hoping I could get a pump going relatively quickly, and then that would be part of the cooling of everything, right? But I just don't see that happening fast with the materials I currently have. And I couldn't really build it anywhere else with the limit of the light. I need to really just wait. So this is just going to have to damage itself down slowly while we keep things going. And of course, if we see that it breaks, we're just going to disassemble it and rebuild it. So I think, though, what we will also be doing, this is done now. Don't see any reason to really keep extending it other than this will be good to chop all this for materials. So that might be what we have to actually do, is to keep trying to build, not the whole way, but like to there. And then we're going to go up into it like that. To try and get materials, but try and leave a roof so that we get some natural protection. And then anything that we can dig that's 4 high, we'll be digging. I think we're going to crack this as well, and with the intention to start to build a ladder down. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. As well as going to put a pump in here quite quickly. Because again, the sooner I can get the launcher going, the better. So I just keep building the system and aiming towards getting it done. They should be able to stay here for quite some time working. Part of the reason why I get the ladder down is because I do know if you go far enough down, you might we could find ore. So that would really help things a lot. So, and we might as well salvage back material because we don't need these right now. We don't need those anymore. So we'll check on our. Yeah, they're still working that. Good. Send it all. We'll take all the copper, or it's all gone, more or less. So we'll just turn off manual use and let it finish itself off. So that's a good start on that. Let's have a look here. We can see they're all firing. Very ore deficient. We need some of that copper to get in here, and then maybe we can quickly hack some together. So the other part though of it is the plumbing aspect. So I do have the gold to do it. We're gonna need one here. I think we'll do it like this. We'll need one there. We'll need one here. And then we'll just use regular pipe. We're going to need the pipe to come from somewhere here into here, over to here, and then down, and just here. And then we'll have to have a vent on it when we get some materials. There's the first one. And luckily we got that beacon up just in time. Hopefully we didn't lose anyone. Oh no, I need to get this thing. Alright, let's tell them to empty this. Oh, good. Water. Thanks, guys. Empty that. We did get some copper too, which is funny. Now at least when the water spreads out, it might help the cooling. And there's another one. Have a quick check over here on the water. Good, the water's fine. And is our power okay? Best way is just look at the piping. Yeah, I see lots of stuff still running around, so I don't think there's any problems. Food is good. All right. Everything's good. Make sure this is disabled. I don't want to repair those. Okay, so we're starting to get the materials. So first thing is we need a vent made out of copper over here, and we need a liquid pump, and we need that to, let's say here. We need to finish the pipe, and we need to make sure the power is plugged in, and it is. And as soon as that gets going, life will be a lot better. And we'll need this, like this, all this structure set up. This is fine, because eventually we'll just be putting in the launcher, so we can fire materials. But what we'll do is we'll take all the water and run it through all the devices, cooling them all before we shoot it off. And then just need to determine how much solar panels, along with how many batteries is required to make sure that 24/7 it's just going to keep on doing what it needs to do, that even at nighttime it doesn't fall off, will be the main thing. So we have now, this is running. So now they're being cooled. So we won't have any more issues there. So that step is completed. The next step is we're going to need to build the interplanetary launcher. And it requires, is it in shipping? Here it is. So it needs metal ore. So next priority is let's open some of these up. So empty storage, empty storage, empty storage. Okay, so get those emptied out real fast. We are also going to need the rad bolting system. And the rad bolt generators require a lot of power, which we really don't have yet. So that'll have to be another step, is now trying to get it where we're generating enough power. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is we have to connect up. Yeah, we have to connect. And we don't have enough, so we need to get those open first. So that's the next step. Get the next one online. Another one to open. Okay, both of these are online now, so we are definitely getting to where we need to be. I don't know if we have enough to build the... we do. Yeah, we can barely build it. So we're going to stick that here, I think. Or are we going to stick this here and build the radiation system above it? What do we do? The beacon will still have. I think we're going to put it here. I think that's the right idea. To stick this like this. And we don't have enough copper though after we do that to stretch it. It doesn't matter. It's not going to start working yet, I don't think. Because we're going to need the radiation system in place. But at least we can get it built. And then we know we'll be up here. The radiation rad volt generators, luckily we can build them out of basic material. I don't think they block each other. So, a couple options. One would be diagonal. So we could come diagonally off of it. No, it's not going to let us build here. It's going to force us that. So we might as well just do it up here. We're going to end up doing something like that. As strange as that might initially seem. Because I'm going to want to have a transformer and all four of them on it. I think we're just going to actually build a ladder up, which will allow me to get this all wired in. And this is going to be very radioactive for them to do. But it has to be done. So I think we're going to work on that first. But I will put that thing back in here later once this is all done correctly. But what we will need is conduction panels. And I don't have the case. So we need to start firing gold. So we don't want to block this off. We don't want to do what it's doing. We're just going to do that. Okay, I was getting ahead of myself. So we need to get gold. And a lot of it. So we'll take copper ore off. And we will tell it to start firing gold. Again, this rocket design, the interior design, allows me to come here and work with two dupes for a long time. Everything they need. They don't need to build any stuff for themselves. They can just land. We can get done what needs to be done, whatever that purpose is, and we're not running on borrowed time. Okay, so we've got a lot of the gold's been coming in now. So we got a lot of the infrastructure more or less built up. It's very, very soon to at least being serviceable, but just not generating enough power to truly run it. But then we'll expand our power grid out from here. Oh, did we get anything good? What, is this mocking me? Hilarious. We also dug down here while we were waiting for the gold and discovered two geysers. Unfortunately, neither one of them is pure water. This is salt water. It looks like it's locked up, so we'll just leave it alone. This one, though, is cool slush geyser, which is not bad, but unfortunately, it puts out polluted water, and it's going to contaminate the area, but it's dormant right now. So hopefully I can get down here in enough time and break it off so that it doesn't create problems. And I'm not sure how I suddenly could see over here, but of course there's the bottom area, right? We knew it was going to be here. Lots of coal and granite, some iron and copper resources and so on. So one of the problems is, of course, is when you dig in here, you'll flood it out with water, but that's not a big deal. I'm not going to be doing much with this space. So, but I have more important things to do than to dig straight down now. This ocean is vast. I can't see myself draining it out of all the water, right? Obviously this pump, we're gonna have to move a lot deeper down anyways, just to be sure that it doesn't start running out. But for now, we're just wiring it in as fast as we can. But we'll extend this further, just for reasons. But for sure, we have to start considering our power grid. And got enough for 3 more. I think I'm just going to wire all 3 of them in so that they're built. And see, though, I know now I have to rearrange this a little bit. But we can start getting them wired in. Not sure if I have enough copper yet to run the whole distance. I'm going to put this straight on the grid. There's no reason not to, just like this. But I at least I can get it hooked up for the firing mechanism. But I'm going to need some more resources. And I'm running out at the home plant, so I may just get everything else done and ready to go, and then have these guys just dig down to go get the natural ores that are on this map in order to get things going. So once they finish up this last little bit here, then that's more or less the infrastructure for it is done. And as you can see, the water will eventually come up here through whatever batteries I happen to decide I'm going to have partitioned off here. Like, so there'll be more batteries eventually, and go through the batteries. Because like it's solar, right? Like I have to make sure I've got enough power at night that this never stops. Go through the transformers to cool, but then it's going to go up here, up through, cool all the generators, jump down into this, and then get shot into space. Beacon is no longer active because I've built, so it can actually get turned off. I believe the gold is stopped. I've told the gold to stop, so I think it's off for now. And if I decide to need more, I'll just build the beacon somewhere else where it'll have access. Even so, I've almost got, oh, that almost clipped in the ocean. I've almost got this all built, and I am going to keep doing that. So that basically, if the beacon could start firing at random, and it's going to land somewhere on, this is about the only open area where I would miss it. And even that, I can just, once I'm done with this, I can just build across there. So it's not so important to have a beacon anymore. I did eventually get it all built out, and I did that, and I didn't record a lot of the final finishing touches. So you can see I built out a considerable amount of solar panels, 7 of them in a row, got all this wired up, and basically discovered that, okay, the issue is with this, the radiation, even though it's a high radiation area, it's just not enough. You're not making enough radiation with the generators, and 4 generators take a considerable amount of power in order to get this thing firing at a consistent and steady rate. It's firing way too slow because it's a longer distance, so it requires 80 rad bolts per 20 kilograms that it fires, and that's far less than ideal. So that was problem number 1. Problem number 2 is that the solar panels, due to the night period, and even with 5 batteries, and I think even if I had 8 batteries, we just don't generate enough power, and even with all the batteries full, where when the night cycle hits, that it can keep the power up. So the power ends up draining out, dies out. And then the rad bolt generators, because they're only working off the space radiation, there's not enough radiation built up to even get them to fire one single shot into it. It would be fine if I'd run it from the morning until almost night. They all filled up and fired the shot and everything shut down. And at least it was getting something going. So I more or less have just deactivated it because it's just simply not performing yet. And I had vacated out of here and started working on some other stuff. I do plan to come back here, and when I come back, I know what I'm going to have to do. Number 1, I'm going to need a better power system. So I'm going to build, since I have endless water, and you have to understand, water equals power, because water into electrolyzers makes hydrogen, and then hydrogen is used for power. And so that's the plan. I have so much water. I'll never tap into this, and even if I did, I've got 2 water vents I could also get into, set something up for. So, but I don't think I'm going to ever drain this amount of water firing off the other planet. That is just literally like just mammoth amounts. So with that idea, it's to use the water to also power the electrolyzers, and not to make oxygen. The oxygen I'm just going to let vent away. It's to capture the hydrogen. So the simplest way for me to do this will be to make a whole series of electrolyzers, and then to basically have a whole series of generators, use the water to cool everything with the conduction panels, and then the hydrogen and the oxygen, we'll enclose it and we'll capture everything, and we'll be sending the hydrogen into the generators, and we'll be sending the oxygen into space. And we'll use like a powerless filter to separate it out. And maybe I'll have to do 2 gas vents to capture properly. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to work the plan out for that. But the whole point will be, we will generate from water hydrogen to power generators to add to the solar panels, to make sure the batteries stay full. And then we'll even hook up automation so that when the batteries get below like 50%, then this system will all kick in. The hydro generators will turn on, these things will turn on, and it will get it through the night. The last part that has to be done is we will need Waterworld plants over here. So we will have to maybe redo this a little bit. Not sure the design, but basically, make a whole bunch of Waterworlds up both sides, so they're getting heavily radiated and they're firing a lot more radiation, rad bolts into the machine that keep firing the water off. And then the only last issue will be about exactly how am I going to do that? Am I going to pip plant? And if I pip plant the Waterworlds, that would be the smartest way to do it, because it would mean I don't have to deliver the phosphorus. The only other way I could do it is to build them normally and then be shooting phosphorus consistently from another world over to here. It's getting a little bit tricky. One is just set it and forget it, and that's kind of the method I would prefer. So I think it's what I'm probably going to do is just build the tiles for the pip planting, and then and you see I already actually got a pip from within this mini pod, and of course he's just going to be trapped in here, and he'll keep laying one egg before he dies. So there's always going to be a pip available here, which then when I come back to set all this up, I'll be able to use the pip to plant the weezeworts in, and they won't require any phosphorus for fertilizer, and they'll just sit here and be active the whole time, and the radiation will go. So with all that wired in, this thing will be firing all the water I need, the soil, all that. So it's just a matter of once I get my other projects done that I'm working on, I'm going to bring my dupes back here to finish all this off and get it totally set up. Hopefully it all is set up properly, set it and forget it, never come back, and it just starts firing water nonstop. Even this, we'll move this pump all the way to the bottom, so I don't even have to come back and move it. So I'll probably have it down here and run the line and power all the way up and get all that wired in place. And I think that solution will work just fine. Anyhow, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, consider subscribing, and feel free to leave a comment. And if you have any other ideas related to this whole little Watilla Waterworld project, then, feel free to leave a comment, and I'd be happy to hear suggestions about maybe something I've forgotten or something that I could do differently. That being said, have a great day.